Hi, this is Neeta at CareerDNA. In the last video, we spoke about various important aspects of the most sought after national university exam, that is CUET 2023, its application process, the nitty gritties of the registration, and all that. Now, the next moot question is how to prepare for CUET. I believe peer learning is the best learning. So, how about getting some experience from someone who has been there, done that kind of position? So, let's welcome today Divya, who has been from Presentation Convent, Delhi, and is pursuing her dream course, BCom Honors from Hansraj College, Delhi University. Hi Divya, welcome to Career DNA channel. How's college life?
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Divya. I'm pursuing BCom Honors from Hansraj and college life is very fun. काफी मस्ती आ रही है after 2 years of constantly sitting at home. So much needed exposure and fun.
Great going, great going. So Divya, tell me one thing. How did you select your domain subjects when you were filling up your application form? And I know how it helped you. So I want you to share your, the whole journey, that how it helped you in ultimately sailing through your dream college.
Okay, so in CUET you can only appear for those domains which you have already studied in class 11th and 12th. So I had 5 subjects and I appeared for all 5 of them plus the general test. So the more the merrier, and the 6 papers I did give in my CUET exam. And actually I was aiming for scoring better in maths, but however on the day when I had my maths paper, things didn't work out and the maths paper was way too lengthy. So ultimately I had to take the score of my accountancy exam, which went way more nicely than it was expected. So it did help me because I could balance out one bad exam with another great exam. So that's how it helps you. So take up more subjects because at the end you will have the choice to take which subjects you have scored better in, and you won't have to rely on circumstances or by chance a paper didn't go well, because we cannot predict such things.
So I think great tip from Divya, that is we should appear, I would say rather you should appear for more domain subjects so that you will have a chance of hedging it one against another if one goes wrong. Great, Divya. So the next question I would like to ask you is, when you were preparing for your CUET, what is the one thing which you feel that you should have known before CUET, or it would have helped you if you would have known that thing?
Alright, yeah. So actually, since I gave 6 subjects, 3 exams were on one day, 3 exams were on another day. And let me tell you, the dates are not fixed; they get postponed so often. But I hope this year will be better. But on the first day when it was my first 3 exams, I did not know that sometimes the questions are shuffled and only one question appears on the screen. So उस वक्त whatever you see on the screen, you start solving it. But I've come to realize that there are easier questions जो बाद में रहते हैं, and you have to attempt only 50 out of 60 questions. So जल्दीबाजी में you waste a lot of time on the difficult questions when you can be attempting 3 or 4 easy questions, like which are afterwards. So just make sure you screen the whole question paper. You can keep a timer for certain questions, and if you feel that minutes is being crossed, the seconds you're spending on each question is getting way too long, you can skip to the next question because you only have to attempt 50 out of 60 questions. And especially in accounts, in which the numericals are so tough, but you have the choice to attempt theory questions. So don't skip theory in accounts, and the theory questions are often at the last. So you can manage your time really well if you go to the last thing and you know that the theory questions will save you a lot more time. And then you can attempt the easy numericals. It'll help you so much in accounts and maths as well.
Great insight, Divya. I would say this kind of tip can only come from someone who has already experienced UAT. So we did a good job on that. Okay, so the last question I would like to put it forward from for you is basically, a lot of students ask, do we go for coaching or is coaching really required? Because ultimately CUET is based on class 12 syllabus. So what is your take on that, Divya?
Actually, I feel coachings are very subjective as for which students need it and who do not. After boards, I know it is a lot more tedious to work again on the same syllabus, and we just want to have fun. We just want one break month, but we are not getting that, unfortunately. So sometimes you need to get more streamlined, more focused again. So which is why you need coaching studies, because you have that timer, you have that people, you have so many people, teachers, professors on you that you have to study, this schedule has to be completed, there are deadlines. However, if you feel that you can manage on your own, then I don't feel that you require coachings, but you do get good material out of it, and you get good lectures, you have doubt solving classes, and you can save times, like the time you spend searching for material on YouTube, that can be saved because you get all the material at one spot in a coaching. So that's how it goes. So it's subjective, it's your choice ultimately. You know what is best for you. That's
Thank you, Divya. So, if I summarize Divya's tips with what she has shared is first is more the merrier. That is, you should appear for more domain subjects, right, Divya?
Yes.
Please correct me if I go wrong somewhere,
For
since
sure.
it's your experience. And the second is since it's an online paper that is on the CBT mode, so normally we have the tendency of sticking to the screen only. So you should scroll down to the last screen and see which question works for you or which question may be lengthy for you. You can skip that. Thank you, Divya, for sharing your experience.
Thank you, Miss Neeta, for having me here. I really hope you get through your dream universities. All the best.
Thank you, guys, and I hope this small video has helped you and it would help you when you'll be sitting for your CUET. All the best.